Okay, so today we're going to be installing the Linux App Store on our Chromebook. To get started, let's go to Settings, and let's go to Advanced, and look for something that says Developers. Now mine is already enabled, but you want to enable this to put the Linux container on your Chromebook. Now let's go to storage. Now the recommend is 10. I have mine set to 26. The storage you give this is the storage that you'll have to work with in your Linux container. So if you give it 10, you're only going to have 10, even if you have 128 gig or 512 gig. Uh, does not matter. Now you're going, in order to enable this, you will have to restart. It will allow you to name your Linux container anything you want. I'm going to name mine Samus Pro. Again, you can do whatever you want. Uh, but then you'll go to the terminal, and you're going to want to click the little penguin right here. It says penguin, click that, and whatever you named it will pop right up, and it's that easy. All right, uh, let's go to it. You're going to want to put in sudo apt update, and it's just going to go through and download all the files that you're going to need to run Linux on. It's normal, and do this often. It's like settings. Do this one and this command we're about to put in right now, which is sudo apt upgrade. Uh, these two together, I use fairly regular. Click yes if it prompts you to click yes. Just click it and let it run through. It may take a while, so get comfortable. First time setting up, uh, but yeah, think about any kind of applications that you want to keep up to date, security updates. So just regularly go into in these terminal and just put update, and then if there's anything to update, then upgrade, and just to keep everything nice and update. Uh, it's just nice maintenance to have. Never had anything bad happen, but just nice to do. Now there are a couple of app stores to use. My preference is Discover, so that is the app store that we're going to put here. Go to your terminal and put in sudo apt install plasma discover. Hit yes, and this could be a long process. And what this is going to do is it's going to give you a visual uh, app launcher. Uh, so you have an actual uh, Linux apps, and it's going to work like a lot of other like your base applications that you have. So if you need to, you don't have to use this method, but this is my preferred method because it's giving. Otherwise, you're going to be putting the code or the little commands into the terminal, which is fine. But for me, I just want to make this simple. And if you're coming over from another operating system, I think this is a good way to ease your way into it. Okay, so now that that has installed, it's time to go look at our App Store. Now, must warn you, a lot of times when you install this, it's not going to work, right out the gate. Um, Not sure why it does this. It download the files, the applications, but it hasn't applied. So let's go into the App Store, even though I'm fairly certain this is not going to work the first time out. But go do a search, and you should find it. You should at least find the Linux application. It'll be right here. It'll say Discover, and let's open it up. And yeah, it's not gonna give us anything. But let's make sure. yeah, this is giving me an unable to connect to the internet. Not sure why it's doing that, but either way, uh, to fix this, we are going to need a restart. So I'm going to, yeah, you can see something. You can at least see something, but in order to get these applications to load, I'm going to restart my laptop and be right back. Okay, we restarted and we are ready to go. Let's go back to the same thing. We're gonna open and then we're gonna go back to our Linux files. We're gonna hit that discover again, and this time we're gonna see something different. Here we are. Now these are a lot of different apps. A lot of apps you're honestly not going to use because these are Linux applications and they're very cool. But unless you're a diehard Linux user, most of this is going to be found on Chrome OS. There are going to be a few things that you want to get from here. Uh, in my opinion, if you got, you don't need a high power Chromebook. And look, here's someone for video editing. We'll get to that in another video. But yeah, that's a full video editor. That is something that you can only do on by getting these Linux applications because these are open source and there are a lot of different programs and applications in here. Now, all of these don't necessarily will work on your Chromebook, depend on the model because, in my experience, it may have to do with the actual hardware. But that'll do it for today. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.